before we started working together, I was at a really, well, definitely the most challenging time of my life. It felt quite unstable. Huge amounts were shifting. I just left my partner. I was in a job which wasn't really serving me or my mental health. I just moved countries, just moved back to Tassie from overseas, and I'd just been diagnosed with an eating disorder, which was huge because it was the first time in my life I had really had to confront my own vulnerability and fragility. I just started working with a psychologist on that, but I knew that there was something in me that kind of knew I needed a different type of support as well. I was finding, particularly through the talk therapy, that from an intellectual perspective, I was able to understand and see a lot of what was going on, but things weren't actually shifting for me emotionally or in my body or in terms of what I could do and the challenges I was having. And that was leading to, on a day-to-day basis, a huge amounts of inner conflict with myself because I knew what I should be able to do, or I knew what I should be able to think or change, but I couldn't. There were parts of myself that just weren't ready yet, and I didn't yet have the tools or the support to enable me to shift that, those layers of my body and myself. So I was feeling a lot of shame, a lot of isolation, and, as I said, lots of inner conflict, which then led to new cycles of self-blame and all sorts of things. And it was a really challenging and really painful time. There's one specific moment that I can think of where I really was able to see, my goodness, how far I've come and how big the shifts have been was a few years ago. I remember, I think I might have been preparing for pregnancy, for trying to get pregnant. And I was really needing to support my body to have some restorative practice. And Holli suggested to me that I do a restorative practice first thing in the morning. Like, instead of doing an active yoga practice, that I got up and I did restorative yoga. My goodness. And for me, in terms of my eating disorder, kind of like really physical, pushing myself through exercise had also been a component of that. So rest and restorative practices, when I first started working with Holli, were really challenging for me to actually go, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea, Holli. To really be able to sense, actually, yes, the restorative practice first thing was actually what my system needed, and to be able to really welcome that. And I went on and practiced that, and it felt amazing. For me, it was actually a huge shift in my ability to be able to rest, to be able to receive, and to be able to do that without it being a source of inner conflict or struggle. That was absolutely huge for me, and there's no way that I would have got to that point, I don't think, without working with Holli. On a more day-to-day level, working with Holli has really helped me develop a really strong felt sense of what I need, be that from, do I need to go and work in a cafe, or do I need to stay at home, or which table in the cafe is going to feel the best for me, or what do I need in order for me to rest? Like, actually, do I need to lie down? Do I need to stretch first? Do I need to go for a walk? Like, how do I need to, if I need to restore, how do I need to do that? Now I've got a really strong and quite immediate, actually, sense of being able to access what it is that my system needs, and also to really easily be able to give myself permission to do exactly that with very little mental chatter or kind of inner conflict over, should I do this, should I do that? Oh, well, actually, I should be following this particular routine or this thing that someone said I should do. I really just know and trust and follow what I need from really, often on really tiny things. I would say absolutely go for it. The work with Holli, it's not easy work, because to come to know and trust ourselves deeply and to heal from trauma or to heal from whatever we're bringing to the sessions requires us to go through our shadows and to come to know them and to work with them. And that's not always easy, but we can't, the only way is through. And Holli has a really beautiful ability and an exceptional ability to hold space for that process and to support you to find your way to know and trust your wholeness. To do that while growing a huge sense of love and respect for yourself. So I would absolutely go for it. It's yeah, absolutely transformative, and I would absolutely recommend Holli to anyone who wants to know themselves very deeply, to trust themselves deeply, and to really honour. Yeah, if you're interested in working with Holli, there's part of you that knows there's something that wants to grow or heal or shine or thrive, and Holli can absolutely support you to do that. So honour that and go for it.